it's Tana Mongeau, and if this look looks familiar, that is because I just filmed my updated makeup routine, and I will link that below. I think I actually did a good job. I'm kind of a beauty guru now, subscribe. No, I'm kidding. But while I was all dolled up and just sitting here, I decided that I wanted to film another story time. So if you're like mad that I'm re-wearing the same outfit, like what the fuck do you think this is? Okay, like I'm not a pro. I'm not a pro. This story is long overdue. I have been meaning to tell this story literally since I moved into my house, like since my first video in this house, but I haven't had a chance to sit down. And this was originally gonna be like a rant, but now I'm kind of like chilled out about it because it was like a while ago. But I still wanted to tell this story because it just oh so flawlessly fits with the mantra of my failure life. So every story where something bad happens to me, it's basically a story where I tried to save some money and I tried to be a cheap ass motherfucking save a few dollars ass bitch, and then something bad happened to me. Cue my Solaris story, cue my nail salon horror story, cue every story where everything bad happens to me ever. I don't know, one day when I'm gonna realize that spending a little bit more money means a little bit more quality and bad shit will stop fucking happening to you, Tana. Like, it's not that hard. So you guys know that when I moved into my loft, I moved here very abruptly. You can check out my stalker broke into my house story time. I had to get the fuck out of that house. There was no planning. There was no, which mover should I hire? Like, who do I want to move my shit? It was like, hello, are you free? You just got out of jail? Okay, perfect, come move my furniture. It didn't matter. So when we decided we needed to move the fuck out, we got on Craigslist, my mom and I, and we found the first available movers that had the title same day moving, like bring your own truck, and we picked those movers. First of all, when they only are charging like $75 for a full day of moving, you should probably question their background, if they've been in jail, if you are gonna die. But I didn't question any of those things. My mom kind of was like, Tana, maybe you should spend a little bit more. These people seem sketchy. And I was like, I'll call them. I won't die. They put it out on Craigslist. They must not be a murderer. Cue the Craigslist serial killer series on Netflix right now. Yeah, I'm a dumb bitch. I didn't really financially prepare to move. It's not that I was low on money, but I didn't set aside like a bunch of money to move. So like I wasn't trying to spend a bunch of money on things like movers. I didn't have a crazy amount of furniture anyway. I really just needed someone to move like boxes, mattresses, little things like nightstands and stuff, and that would be fine. So I call this guy, and him and his friend are just, them two are movers. They started their own moving business from home. They charged $75 for a day, and I was sold. So I was like, tomorrow, can you come move some furniture from me, from my house into my new loft? And they were like, yes, we can. I met them at my old house, and right away, it's not really like it was like a bad vibe, like they were gonna rape and kill me and tie me up with a bunch of zip ties and like sever me into a million pieces and eat me on a sandwich. It was more like, this person has been to jail a few times, you know? Like, they may have a teardrop tattoo somewhere on their body, you know? Like, they may have several baby mamas that they don't know the names of, you know? Like, I don't think they pay child support. Like, it was... But I mean, you know, I'm just a really big, strong bodybuilder who is so muscular and scary. I wasn't afraid of these people at all. I weigh 100 pounds. I can't open a water bottle on my own. So while these... So in the middle of these people moving stuff back and forth from my old house to my new house, I ended up having to go do something. I don't remember what it was. I think it was get a passport. I don't remember, but I had an appointment to go do something like that I had to leave. So my mom and dad had everything handled, and they were like watching the movers move stuff back and forth and going with them back and forth to the houses, making sure they weren't robbing me or holding children at gunpoint in my home, or, you know, like murdering small kittens and eating them. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, they were making sure that they were doing their job. So I'm getting my passport at the post office, and I'm about to leave, and I'm gonna head back over to my new house to meet up with my parents and the movers to make sure everything is going swiftly. And while I'm in an Uber on my way there, my mom calls me, and she's like, you need to hurry back here. Like, you need to hurry back here. Like, something bad is happening. You need to hurry back here. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And no one will tell me what is going on, which is the most annoying thing in the world to me, because I don't like surprises. I don't like waiting for things. I want to know what's happening, and I want to know right the fuck now. Like, that's just how I am as a person. I'm talking so fast because I'm literally re-stressed out. But she was like, you need to get back here. So I'm on my way there, and I get there, and everyone is outside. The like workers of where I live, like in the office, my family's outside, the movers are outside, some guy and his car are outside, and the movers are standing there, and everyone just looks mad. Do you ever enter a group of people and you just go from like, like everyone's just mad? And I'm really thankful they all weren't mad at me, because that's the vibe that I got walking into it. But I found out that they were all mad at the movers because the movers hit another resident of where I live's car with their car and dented it. You get what you pay for, whatever. Shit happens though, you know what I mean? Like honestly, I'll probably hit a few cars in my life. I'll probably tell stories about it on the internet. It's not about the things that happen in life, it's about the way that you handle them. So we were all kind of standing around the movers like, what are you gonna do now? And the guy had gotten out of his car and he was a young teenage boy and he wasn't very mad, like he was just calling his parents saying like, hey, someone just hit my car where we live. First and foremost, it was a parked car. A parked car. How do you just hit a parked car with a fucking moving truck? Like, it's not like it was like parked in a weird parking space. Like, it was just in a parking space next to other cars. Like, were you just like, are you on codeine? Are you leaning right now? Like, are you good? How do you just hit a fucking parked car? Like, I don't understand. I feel like I wouldn't even hit a parked car. Like, where's your brain? And so my mom and my dad and I are asking the movers, like, what are you gonna do for this guy? And they're like, nothing. Like, I'm on your clock. Like, you hired me to move your shit. You're gonna have to pay for it. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you're gonna have to pay for it. And I'm like, okay, this is my money. I'm not gonna fucking pay for shit. You hit that car, you're gonna fix your fucking issue. You know what I mean? And that's where I start to get heated because it's like, you hit the car, a parked car. Where is your brain? Like, can I drug and alcohol test you? Like, are you okay? Like, did you take DARE in 5th grade? Like, I don't know how they hit the car. It was annoying. And the guy had like an attitude. His friend was with him and his friend wasn't really talking. I more was beefing with the main guy. And the fact that I was even holding my own, I just now want to say like props to you, past Tana, because this guy was very, very intimidating. He could have literally picked me up by the skin off of my face and just thrown me for like 80 miles and I would have been like, eee, ex-convict. Murderer probably, like scary man, very, very scary man. And I was like yelling at him like, no, you're gonna pay for this, thank you. So like, I'm a boss ass bitch. So finally this guy is still saying like, I'm not gonna pay for it, whatever. And the guy's car that we hit is over it. He called his parents. I think he came from money because like truthfully, he was acting like it was so dispensable and his parents would just fix it and it was like one of those things. It was a really, really nice car. It was a Mercedes C-Class and it was like brand new. So like I think he was fine. I don't think he was even mad. He just wanted the situation to be over. But I was mad about the principal. I just moved into somewhere new. This is somebody who is potentially my neighbor, a future resident where I live, and they now think I'm the dumb bitch who hired a fucking ghetto ass convict ass mover who hit their car and won't pay for it. Like, okay, would not exchange insurance, anything like that. So we have the guys continue to move all of my stuff upstairs, and once we're in my apartment, I'm still so pissed, but like there's literally nothing we can do about it. Like, I didn't want to call the police. I didn't know what would happen. I have this irrational fear of police for no reason. I've literally like, I don't have like issues with them. I don't like sell crack cocaine out of my house, but I just have this theory that anytime the police are gonna be around, I'm somehow gonna get blamed and like get arrested and go to jail because that's just like my luck in a nutshell. Like I could literally witness a murder and call 911 and somehow it would get turned around on me. Like that's just my life. So I try to like avoid situations with the police because it's like this irrational. So we get upstairs, we get all the stuff moved in. I have a fucking 2.5 to these people and I'm so over their shit. But the guy just doesn't fucking care, you know what I mean? And so now it comes around time for me to pay the guys. And the way that they had it worked, that it was $75 per day plus a tip. So I was gonna give them $75 plus like a $50 tip. The fact that I'm even tipping someone who hit a parked vehicle in where I live is like generous, and I didn't think they would have any issue. And then the guy's like, oh, well, it took a few extra hours after I hit that car for us to stand outside. Like, you're gonna have to pay me another $75. And that's where I went from like, to like, I won't give up on us. What the fuck do you mean I'm gonna pay you more money when you hit a parked vehicle in where I live? Excuse me, what? And so that's when I was like, no, I'm sorry, like I'll give you $75 plus a $50 tip. And so then that's where this guy has the nerve to say to me, and I have no idea why, like I literally have no idea why. I was just like, I'm not gonna pay you. And I'm not gonna use any form of derogatory imitation tone to mimic this person because I feel like that is wrong on my behalf. But he looks at us and he goes, y'all white people just got issues. And that's when I was like, I don't want to pay you. Like, what do you mean, y'all white people? I'm like, yeah, I have every issue of Cosmopolitan magazine in my fucking bathroom, but I don't know what issues I have with you. Like, I just don't want to pay you more money. And so this guy is getting more and more mad, and he's like getting heated in my face. And that's when my mom and dad are like fighting back with him, and he's like in our face, and he's like, I know where you live. Like, I know where, I just came here. I know where you live. We know where you live. They keep saying that over and over and over again as we're bickering with them. I know where you live. And I mean, at this point, I'm like, hey, my stalker knows where I live. Internet people know where I live. And the fucking weird ass Lyft driver knows where I live. Actually, that hadn't happened yet. But I mean, everyone on the fucking planet knows where the fuck I live and wants to fucking kill and murder and rape me. So like, why not just add you to the list? Can I pencil you in for a casual murder next Thursday? Because that's what it's looking like. I didn't really care that he knows where I live. Now I'm gonna post this video and I'm gonna die. But really, he just kept saying that. And then that's when I was like, okay, I may have an irrational fear of the cops, but I don't know what else to say here. I'm like, take your $75, take your $50 tip, I'm gonna call the fucking police. And then he goes, fuck the feds, I'm out, yo, and runs out of my house. And when I say run, I genuinely mean run, like runs out of my house. Like, he obviously had like something that the police could not gather him for, like fuck the feds, I'm out, yo. Me too, first of all, same. He probably had a warrant, I'm assuming, because why else would you fuck the feds? I don't know. Moral of the story, don't use Craigslist. Moral of the story, spend an adequate amount of money on things because the drastically cheaper route will probably get you in some trouble. Don't hit parked cars. I'm a piece of shit who never learns anything ever. But yeah, this story was long overdue and I really wanted to tell it. Please don't get your movers off of Craigslist. White people always have issues. Fuck the feds. Have a nice day. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe. I love you so much. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.